let's get into my garbage person for the week. It's an old school trash person. It's Ann Coulter, and you probably already know why. Let's start with this beautiful moment from the DNC.
Gus and Gwen, you are my entire world, and I love you. I'm letting you in.
He said, "That's my dad," and he's crying. What we just saw was a son overcome with emotion and pride because his dad is on a national stage addressing the nation as the vice presidential nominee. That's an amazing accomplishment for a guy who was a high school teacher. But apparently, any show of emotion is too much for Republicans because Ann Coulter posted this saying, "Ooh, talk about weird." Now, Gus's mom, Gwen, told People magazine on Thursday that Gus had been diagnosed with nonverbal learning disorder, an anxiety disorder, and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. It was only after this was pointed out to Ann Coulter that Gus Walz is neurodivergent that she decided to take down her post where she was mocking him. Though she did not offer any form of apology, that would have been a step too far for her, I think. Someone responded to Coulter on X saying, "I'm guessing she didn't know he had autism, even though he looks a little special." Wow. And she confirmed, "Correct. I took it down as soon as someone told me he's autistic. But it's Democrats who go around calling everyone weird, thinking it's hilariously funny." Okay, but when Matt Walsh, of all people, calls you out, you know you're being an idiot. He said, "Yeah, attacking a kid for loving his dad is the dumbest move I've seen by right wingers on this site in a while. Literally no benefit to it at all. Some people on our side have no ability to think strategically. Frustrating."
A storm is tearing up the digital media industry. Only our audience can save us in these difficult times. Help us reach our goal of 100,000 new members at tyt.com/team.
What's frustrating is their inability to perceive any kind of emotion as anything but strategy and optics. I think it's very telling the way that Matt Walsh chose to frame everything that was happening. He said, "Oh, it's weird that," or maybe not weird, "it's strange how the Republicans are choosing to capitalize on this moment," which was obviously a very warm moment, right? A very genuine moment. A son expressing love and gratitude and respect and pride for his father, who has accomplished a great deal in his life. And the Republicans are trying to turn that into a bad thing while also saying, "We're not the weird ones, you guys are." Jordan, if you're like, isn't that a beautiful moment? What is Ann Coulter thinking?
I mean, she's so vile. It's like the least surprising person to mock that kid, but she wasn't the only one. There were plenty of others. And many of them also deleted their posts, but that it was their gut instinct. Take away his disabilities or learning disabilities, cognitive impairments. Take that away. Even if he was fully able, he's crying because he sees his dad. That's what their assumption was. How is that weird? How is that something to mock? He's excited. He loves his dad. He's 17 years old. I don't understand. I don't understand what goes through someone's head. That's their first reaction.
Yeah.
And it shows like they are, well, they try to be the party of family values and they try to be the nuclear family party. They don't really live up to that. They don't care. And any genuine affection for a parent, for a loved one, for a sibling is off-putting because they are cold. They are heartless. They are dead inside. Their engagement with politics is purely transactional, if not totally self-serving. They rely on symbiotic relationships to get ahead. They don't care who they crush in the process. And they certainly don't mind when the policies that they back destroy the lives of working families like the Walzes, like the average American who watched that and the 99% of people who saw that and were moved by it. They are just totally cruel and heartless people.
Yeah, they like the family values of like the 1950s where the children were not supposed to be heard, just seen, not heard. And the dad was supposed to be like the man who goes out to work and comes home just in time to like maybe say goodnight to the children. That's their ideal family with all their family values that they're always espousing. And the Walzes, are such a wholesome, relatable American family that I think the Republicans really have no idea what to do with them. And we're seeing that now. But those were our garbage people. But 51,000 of you voted in our community poll. And here is what you had to say. 10% of you voted for JD Vance for calling the polls fake. 62% for James Comer for now launching an investigation into Tim Walz. I'm sure that's going to go very well for Comer. He has a history of running very successful investigations. 8% of you were for MTG for slamming the DNC abortion mobile clinic. 2% for Alina Habba for claiming California is about to turn red when it clearly is not about to do so. And finally, 17% of you voted for Alex Jones for saying that the Democrats are going to put the Republicans into camp. They just be saying whatever they want to say these days. And, Alex Jones, I guess he never suffers any consequences for the things that he says. So he's just going to continue to say all kinds of crazy things.
When you click the join button and become a tier 2 member, you get access to all of our weekly top 10 lists. What are you waiting for?